All right, let's get started. Hello and welcome back to some vintage story here on the channel. Happy 4th. Going to be hopefully working on some new builds and stuff today, if not some others. Mm-hmm. 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 All right, we're good. We're gonna go. Northern Frog Alliance, here we are. Here we are, here we are. Okay. So we got some things to do. Our crops are coming in slowly, which is nice. Got a new little fish guy here. Oh. Oh, hold on. Come back. Come back. There we go. Let's add an extra worm to this. I should probably make one worm bin down here, shouldn't I? So I don't have to jump as far, but it is what it is. For now. Alright, so last episode, what did we do? We tested out, expanded fishing a little bit, worked on a path to connect some of our initial structures here. Went on a little bit of a dungeon delve, which was nice. Gotta go on those. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and make a 6-serving crockpot meal here to tie us over. Let's go grab some vegetables down in the basement. I need to get some chonky vessels. Need to get some chonksters going. Hey, James, happy 4th to you as well. While that's cooking, we can't go too far. Let's go get some red clay. Over here. And then we'll probably start doing it out of packed dirt, but I need to start laying out at least the foundational space for our workshop today. I want a partial blacksmith and partial toolsmith kind of building. It's probably going to share the same structure, but potentially the forge might require a windmill. Until we can maybe get some rapids over for the Helvhammer. But for now, let's just upgrade our storage situation for food by getting some chonky vessels. I want to fire 2 of them. That should be enough. Okay. Still got some fruit going around, but we don't have enough barrels and stuff right this second to worry about doing more fruit pressing for vinegar. One of the big things that's kind of holding us back right now in terms of building is the lack of aged wood. Yeah, we just want to get aged oak logs for some of those darker wood details that we need. Oak is fine, but I find oak to be actually pretty neutral to the lighter side of things. $250, woohoo? Yeah, $250. Hopefully we can keep it together. Come on, country, you can do it. And we already lost our bait here. Already lost our bait. Smack a nightcrawler back in here. Alright, let's get some chonkies. Them just never listen and wander off all the time. Freaking Jeffs, man. Can't even hire good work. Look at, like, our little frog has so much little detail to him. Look at that. We have seen some stuff. From a humble little potter to what appears to be an adventurous frog surviving out here in the woods. Tell you what, let's let me also pull up Google Sheets so I can start marking down what I potentially need for our regalia stuff that we'll have to pay Forn to make. Forn, what is Forn online? Yeah. Need to know what the price is for those clothes. Yeah, that is true. Hey, Lion. How's it going? Sweet, we got our cool heavy mold base. Alright, what do we do with that? We need 2 ropes, nails, and then we get a brown heavy mold. Alright. Let's get another chunky vessel. $5 gears per clothing item. Wow. Even if I supply all the materials? I mean, honestly, like, you should charge some gears just for the services. Goes up if you supply the clothing. Because, yeah. True. You have dyes, right, Forn? I assume you have some dyes going. I may just have to pay out-of-pocket gears. I feel like the alum canning was talked about a lot initially, but I think from like a progression reason, you guys decided to stick with steel and glass. I still haven't even made a canning thing yet. Alright, we got that. Let's get 20 grass. Pretty quick. Summer months are great for firing because there's just so much dry grass. But this is also why I want the beehive kiln, so I don't have to really worry about dry grass anymore at all. Boom and boom. Alright, does this require a tin nail? Or any nails? Can I do copper? I can. So 4 ropes, 3 sticks. Sticks. Throw this guy here. And then the nail, right? Forgot the nails. Nail. Nice. Boom. 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 This should replace. Alright, fill with sand, shift right click with sand. Create an ingot mold, shift right click with an ingot. Create a plate mold, shift right click with a metal plate. Okay, I don't think we should be able to make the plate molds. They should be disabled by now, if done correctly. Oh god, what is this? Written by Forn. House is approved by Bear Frog Moose Fish Oven. There we go. Think of that. We'll put our builder's permit up there on the wall. Thank you for approving the construction, Forn. Appreciate you. Alright, we do have some food, so we're good there. Look at how little clothes I have. Like, man, visiting Forn the other day and just seeing his wardrobe just full of shit. But I only pick up clothes that I kind of want. Since it's nighttime and we're just chilling for a second, let's look at regalia. The Hanfu specifically. Hanfu. Okay, so I want a green Hamao wide brimmed hat. That's pretty expensive, I think. Let me bring up our Google Sheets here so I can write this down. All right. Now, wide brimmed hat. Green. All right. So that's like our summer. Let's do summer outfit first. I guess the blue Rue jacket. With a waistcord, gold, and let's do white, trousers. Is the Owagi shirt cooler or hotter than the Rue's? Okay, so Rue is an over jacket. Interesting. So should I just get a blue Uwagi instead of the Rue? Yeah, I think. Uwagi shirt blue. All right, I think that covers summer. And then when I get to winter, we'll just add the blue Haori robe. And maybe the white Rue jacket instead. Rue jacket white. And then maybe for winter, we can do Hakama trousers. black. That should be pretty good. The silk robes are interesting. They're more the famale kind of stuff. All right. At least wrote down the stuff we want. I'll send that to Forn. There we go. So we have the list of clothing that we need to be a proper Asian frog. Oh, got a temporal gear. Lucked out. Take that. You are a mischievous one, for sure. Just got up on the hardcore series, and I see the last episode, which I guess there's going to be a continuation one day. Sadly, after the last episode, I ended up dying off camera while exploring around on the surface. I got close to a better ruin, and a tier 4 shiver jumped out and basically two-shot me. Since we're doing the community server right now, Quinn, what I'll probably do is this will be going on for a few months, so this will be my focus. But I do want to have an even more hardcore Let's Play of Vintage Story at some point with even more hardcore stuff. I might allow me to die. But only get one respawn set per temporal gear. But that would be about all I could do. And that might not happen for a little while. Maybe even 1.23 when that comes out. Ah! Son of a... Dick. Let's get some mana. Oofta. I'm sorry to hear that. Temporal gear based respawn limit seems pretty reasonable in lore. I think so. Like on our multiplayer server, every temporal gear gives you 3 respawns, which is fine. I think that's fair in multiplayer. But for a more hardcore save, it's gotta be 1. But even then, I could build my base at spawn, so I would probably increase the... I'd probably set like this respawn thing without a gear to like 5,000 blocks. You know, something kind of crazy. Or have a rule of if I die before my first temporal gear, it's kind of like a actual hardcore death. I could just play it like that. We need to start logging our catches. I think for now we should probably store this. Does it store well? Okay, it stores flat on a bookshelf. Is it supposed to do that? Okay, you can't store it on a bookshelf at all. Interesting. Here, we'll just flop the journal down. Actually, no, let's put it on our bed. Almost like an actual journal, you know? Did I not take? I did that? Oh, no, I did. It just took a second. Okay, there we go. That'll be nice. But I am glad you like the hardcore series. I like the hardcore series. It was pretty stressful. But fun. Where is my wand? There she is. Need to look for some rifts real quick, just to kind of see if there are any. Don't see any right now. Let's do another metal pour for nails. So 75 times 5. Too lazy to do that in my head. 375 units of copper. I guess actually it's easy. It's basically that. It's a very fun series, but I think having 79 some kind is a good call. Round 2. Yeah, it helps with longevity, but also if I do end up making something cool, I like the windmill that we made. I think that was a pretty successful windmill. But completely losing your build can be a pretty big kick to the gonads, for sure. Let's check our fish traps. Nothing again, huh? Yeah, once those bins are empty, I'm gonna move one down to here. Hey Forn, I actually have an idea for you for expanded fishing. You can take it or leave it, or make a config out of it. Fish traps are pretty powerful. They are costly, for sure, early on. I was wondering if you guys have any plans to make some sort of limit on how many you can have in a certain radius. So, like, for example, you can only put 2 traps, you know, no closer than 10 blocks from each other. So that you have to space them out a little bit. Because they would, like, compete, in theory. And then that way, you know, someone can't have just 30 traps in a row. Or, as a mod maker, you could just be like, if people decide to do that, they do that. And, you know, that's the name of the game. I'm fine with either, honestly. But it's just something I was thinking about a little bit. Oh, God dang. I hate how the armor stand moves. Wish it did not do that. Alright, still waiting for that. Thought I had sand. From when we were making mortar. Yes, we have sand. Alright. Let's use an ingot here. There we go. Sweet. We have a 6 ingot mold now. That's nice. If I move it around, it stays, right? Yep. But is there a config for that specific thing? Catch interval, catch chance, swarm bin max stored. No. No, I'm not talking about the catch chance. I'm talking about, let's say, I personally, and again, this is a personal thing, I could put a trap here, 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 here, and just have that many traps that close together, bait them all, and then just get kind of that much fish, right? What if, once I have a trap here, I can't put another one until I'm at least this far away from it? So that you can't just spam an area with traps, if that makes sense. And again, that's if you want to have some sort of limit like that. You don't have to have a limit like that. I'm going to space them out because I'm a crazy person and I do things needlessly difficult. But like, yes, you can put little traps, but you could also lower the catch chance really low. Also the traps follow vanilla so you can outfish the area. True. Yeah, outfishing the area might be enough of a limit. I don't know. Let's go check on our vinegar real quick. It's gonna be a while until we have that. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, it's gonna be like 14 hours. Oh, man, go back to like episode 1 or 2 when we first made it out here. It's interesting to see it so cleared out now. Okay. Let's grab some packed dirt and start thinking about the next build spot. Which is going to be here, kind of parallel to our storage building, I think. Gonna just go ahead and chop down some of these trees nearby. This is such a big pine. I might leave the pine until we know exactly what we're doing here. Alright, I want to have a gap. 1, 2, road, 1, 2, potential building here. So a gap at least that wide. Let's fill this little divot in. Definitely don't need a peat fire starting here. Okay, we need to plan this from, I think, the internals, honestly. So we know how much room. I want a pretty functional blacksmith with a work room next to it. I don't care about surface copper anymore. So, let's say, just for cool's sake, we'll have a double door here. We'll come inside. And Japanese forges are pretty interesting. I want to have a double forge, but the thing is, it's going to be sunken into the ground, kind of like that. And the way that I'll access it is there'll be a little pit here that I'll be able to work from. Right? So double forge. And I'm going to chisel them kind of facing me. This is like a heat wall made out of brick, which might end up being a half brick kind of thing. Might have a lip here. So while I'm down here, I'm kind of forging. This could be a half block kind of pit. Or really, it should be more like that. I should be sitting here like this to forge. Let's just do this. Have a little slot like that. And then technically the anvil should be here, but I can't sit down like this and work on an anvil. Even if I make a custom one, it gets placed up so high. So I will instead have to do more something like this. I could maybe install bellows here. So bellow. So I can work this. This can be the anvil. Boom, 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 boom. Heat. Boom, 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 boom. Good. A barrel there. Or maybe a barrel on the complete opposite side. Or I could fill this up to a half block. If I set all this down to fill the standing area with half blocks. The problem is the anvil, right, has a fixed height to it. Same thing with kind of the forge. But I could downset all of this. Maybe have even 2 variations of an anvil. I don't know how many different anvils a Japanese like swordsmith had. I do want a quenching bucket there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I can work in this area. So that's kind of the forge spot. And with that, I can actually make the chimney of the whole system, say there. Right. Just make the wall of the building there to there to there. So you can kind of walk in. Here's the forge side. Leave a gap. Little wall. Divide it up. 67 gears for 67 gears. Let me go see how many gears I have, chat. I can afford it. Goodbye, tourney winnings. Okay, and then because I just don't want to make a perfectly rectangle building, we're gonna cut in two. Okay, so 5. So this will be kind of like the workshop area. Kind of want a big door here to maybe like a covered carpentry storage. Maybe 1, 2, 3. So pillar here, pillar here. What do you guys think? This sufficient for a little smithy? You know me, I want it nice and cozy. Storage for ingots and molds. The forge might have a loft that you could get up into for that. I think. The only thing I could think to do is maybe pull this wall in 1. Just to thin the building out a little bit, but I think this is okay. Do I want to use bricks here? Might be the best looking option, if not actually ashlar blocks. Oh yeah, I need to think. Helve hammer and stuff. I could probably have the crusher pulverizer on this side. Or here? Let's give me a little bit more room on the backside here. Maybe 2 blocks. Yeah, that might be better. Walk in, see the forge, automation stuff, toolsmith bench, woodworking stuff. Let's also just kind of clear the foundation a little bit from the jungle. Hey Kenji, how's it going? Question is that big pine tree in the way now? Oh, it is. Do I shift the whole building over by 1? Could, but I don't want to. That's fine. We can always replant a tree for aesthetics. I still really like this simple birch tree next to here, though I should really cut it down and move it somewhere else. Anyways, how's everyone's 4th doing? Chat, you good? How's the audio quality, stream quality, all that fun little stuff? Just want to make sure everything's looking fine. Timber! I knocked my lantern off. Dick. Peachy keen. Wow, that's some keen peaches you got going on, Galen. I miss lumber and dirty already. But I guess they have lives or something. I was at the neighbors today in their pool. It's pretty nice. Worth is going well. The same people one cul-de-sac over shooting off buckets of fireworks despite the storm for the 5th year in a row. Hey, you know what? I respect the hustle. I wish I was getting a storm. That'd be nice. This is going to be a little bigger than I thought it was going to be, but I like the direction of it. I think the next building we construct will need to be facing kind of east-west, long ways like this, just to keep the balance of structures a little bit. Heard the free pickle guy abducted Dirty and Lumber to force them to fight in the arena. Oh boy. That's brutal. Okay, I had to fix the lantern. 1 second. Nope. Eventually, part of this waterfall, we're going to route water this way. We're going to route water this way in a cool little trough. It's also going to come down here and run along this whole edge. As part of this. I have so many ideas in my head for this season's builds. So many. Stuff that I want to try and do. I'm just so far behind. Like, how cool would it be, guys, if up here, like every single one of these pylons, I'm going to make a little Shinto shrine for. And we're going to make a pilgrimage path all the way up into the snowy peaks. Up to like the main temple and stuff. I think that would be pretty badass. Again, biting off probably more than I can chew in this game. Normal. We need to re-chisel that spot. Let's check for a fish real quick. Passive food income. Hey, what do we got? Little grass carpy guy. Take it. Did our other pit kiln snuff itself out? Or did it finish? It snuffed itself out! Ugh, I hate it when that happens. There has to be a way for me to help with that. I might chisel this block. In fact, I have my chisel. We need to get smoke up through here a little bit easier. So if we do that, that might help with these kind of snuffing themselves out. There we go. A little bit. Should help. Hey, pilot guy. How's it going, man? Don't mind me, I'm just being a chimney sweep right now. Frog life is pretty good. We just laid out some of the foundation for our blacksmith workshop area. It's going to be over here, which will be nice. How's your fourth? How come you never really got into Vintage Story with us, pilot guy? Probably just not like your genre. If I had to guess. Alright, let's just check this one, see if we're getting Better smoke. Maybe. Hard to tell sometimes. We got a chunky vessel. Alright, I want to move all of our vegetables into this for now, because it's just a lot better. Alright, let's get this chiseled back out. Can it sit now? Nope. New job, much more. Was working night shifts at the beginning and didn't really have time otherwise. New jobs, much more chill in some ways, and things are settling in. Nice. Plus, I mean, like, you're just kind of in a different spot all the time, right? That's just kind of the nature of being a pilot. You kind of fly into a spot and then chill and then fly out maybe somewhere else. Think about Space Engineers lately. I would like to get one new playthrough of Space Engineers at some point before we move on to Space Engineers 2. Kind of give a final hurrah, you know? Where's my pantograph? There we go. Sometimes I'm not airline schedule, but always be at home for a couple of days at a time. All right. Now, do you do like chartered flights? Do you do just straight private flights? As part of like a private company? We're gonna need more bricks, I think. Need large gray bricks, which is blue clay, which I actually have some over here. Yeah. Ah! Help. Come on. Life being a frog kinda sucks sometimes. In terms of getting out of spots. Like, the fact that the game right now thinks I'm swimming is pretty crazy to me. Alright, we'll worry about fixing the riverbank later. How many bricks did I get? Don't I make more bricks? No, I'm the only one that can just do it this way, though. Is there any more blue clay in this rivulet? A touch. Is that a snow block? Ugh. I need to mark a blue clay deposit that's actually on the surface. Probably a good idea. So the rivulet has some, though. Just run over to it. I need to spend the magical and mythical YouTuber cut to when I have building materials moment, you know? So I can say that I totally spent 10 hours mining stuff and not spawning it in. Because who would do such a treacherous thing? Made blue clay way too rare when they changed to clay spawning. It just required, I think in the base game, it just requires you to be in a high rainy area. I think. It requires a lot of moisture to find. I'm okay with it, honestly. Rarity, I think, gives some items more purpose. But I can understand the thought as well. The community, I swear, I thought was going to riot when they put fire clay. And then more high rain, low altitude. Yeah. Because you had to be kind of at the water line, too. Yeah, good frogland. Best frogland. Maybe when they get their rivers added, maybe blue clay will be more common, right? I'm curious how their rivers are going to work, though. It'll actually be 42 gears. Can't make sturdy leather yet without iron. Yeah. Yeah, increasing the altitude could help a little bit. No, you only need iron. Right. Is an iron a tier for pulverizer cap? Or steel? Okay, guess it is steel. Okay, yeah, you need steel. Wow, crazy. Crazy, crazy. Hey, hey. Alright, I need to get a new crate for blue clay here. May not be the most efficient kilns in the world, but you know what? I still like the design. Still like it. Are we gonna get weather down here too? Or is that just fireworks I'm hearing? That has to just be fireworks, yeah. Tomorrow, thunderstorms. In the PM, maybe. World of Cool, true. Silent one, I don't understand the World of Cool. Let's grab our sickle. Start mowing down some grass. I kind of wish there was a hand sickle and a scythe. Like, I feel like the scythe area, let's make it at least 50% bigger, and a hand sickle about the size of this AoE. See. That's 80. Just need 90, right? There you go. Hearing some fireworks go off. Alright, there we go. Let's see, 4 times 10, so 40. So 32 and 8. Alright, let's light it up. Kind of wish there was a faster fire starter than torches. Can I use an oil lamp nowadays for this? Yeah! I'm sure the flamethrower staff would have no downsides. At all, right? None whatsoever. Tell you what, we are full on pine logs, but I need to set some firewood out to dry. The answer is always flamethrower. True. Alright, so far they're all still lit. How's the smoke coming out? Woo! We got a chimney. We got industry going on. That is for sure. Pure pollution in the air. What mod is drying the firewood? The mod is... I don't know. I think curable firewood or something. I think just cure firewood. There's a couple mods historically for Vintage Story where you could kind of age your firewood or age your peat if you left it out. Yeah, it's not quite gone door calling, but yeah, it's a lot. Let's sharpen this axe. Time to go blow shit up. There he goes. There goes my hero. For the purpose of the pickle, the aged firewood, by the way, is no different than just normal firewood. I should really start using charcoal for it to get the fastest burn times, but man, it is chugging. Look at that. Let's go ahead and just clear some more bush around the planned blacksmith here. Trying to decide on materials. I think the foundation of the blacksmith is going to be brick. We're going to have a layer of brick. All this is going to be inset by 1. What do I want for my floors? Let me look at my reference images a little bit. See kind of what they got here. Honestly, that's just smooth concrete. Gravel-ish smooth concrete. This is a dirt floor. Matted floor. Now see, this is boards. That's interesting. Blump. What if I do ashlar for floors? Could do dry stone too. Man, if I was a mason, you get all the free ashlar blocks, man. Tell you what, I kind of like aged granite ashlar. I do have the Stonemason's blueprint. Yeah, well, you know, I like good old lantern fuel. I think it's pretty good. Man, I might want some red clay bricks too. Mm. No luck on the fish trap still. Let's use a nightcrawler again. Might need to water our crops. And check our beehives over there. Oh, well, those are some pretty good fireworks that some people have got. They're loud. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. Alright, so what's conglomerate? Cobblestone to age conglomerate ashlar blocks. I like that for my floor, honestly. It's got a good color to it. And then what I might do is put some shale versions, kind of more in the forge area. Or I might start, you know, chiseling them together. Depends on how fancy you want to get with your blacksmithing area, you know? So for now, I'll start with just the floor. And we'll just make it all conglomerate, whatever. This part needs to be its own height, so for now, we'll just do that. And then the workshop side we'll do floor. Proper wood floor. Alright, let's make some conglomerate stuff. Was it a chisel? Yep. I like the conglomerate rock. It's pretty interesting. It's a little darker than granite. It's kind of nice. This is a big space. So this wall needs to be a brick. I'm thinking about doing a red brick here, but let's go ahead and just lower the floor. Kind of at this point. Let's see, that's gonna be the chimney exit. Boom, boom. What do I need for bellows? I need 2 small bellows. Okay. There's a weird bit of primitive composite technology, adding straw to the clay is like adding rebar to concrete. Yeah, true. Yeah, it adds that tensile strength, you know. Engineered soil is kind of the same thing, right? Where they add like some sort of you could make engineered soil using 1-ply toilet paper, you know. As long as you have like wet soil or wet sand, a thin layer of that, wet toilet paper, sand, sand, toilet paper, and it'll hold its shape a lot better than just sand by itself. You know what? Thinking about it, just start with 1 bellow. forge. Decorative forge. Yep. Get another forge. I get a forge out of shale. Doesn't look like it. Sure, for the heck of it, though. Some shale cobblestone for the floor down here. Hmm. I may want light mud brick for this. Gravel, dirt, clay, grass. So now I can sit here, work both forges potentially. Need my anvil here. Wall. Guess when I'm ready to quench, I can just walk over to a bucket. To make a hood, chimney. Can't make a sandstone forge, right? Oh, I can. boom, 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 boom. Decorative forge. Could also stand. Don't have to sit. I don't know if I like the yellow. It is warm. I don't know if I like the conglomerate here. I'm surprised it turned yellowy. Aged. Ace Tavertine Ashlar box looks pretty good, but we can't get that. Limestone looks probably better. It's more. It's not yellowy. I swear half the time you just try different palettes until they work. Yeah, I just don't want to walk into a yellowy forge area. Yeah, water quenching is going to be like over here. But the space is big enough that I'm not overly worried if that's not where exactly it works out. Shame, that's a dud. Okay, do I have much limestone? I don't think I do right now because obviously I've been turning it into lime for tanning. In that regard, we should actually probably make our second bellows for the other forge. Let's go see if we have limestone or not. If not, that's fine. We can just go get it. We do have some nearby. I don't think we do. Got granite and claystone. Oh, off to the desert we go. Any fish? No. I feel like this is like maybe the third time we've not gotten a fish. Am I getting unlucky? Is it despawning? I don't know. desert, you know, the dry place, so you only want one. You want less of those than desserts. Was anyone else taught that in school? Like, when spelling desert versus dessert, you always want more desserts, so there's two S's. I don't know if other people were taught that or not. Not taught that? Okay. Yes. Ha! Someone else! Freaking deer. Look, spelling and English were my worst two classes. Like, even though they're like the same class, but like those were my worst two subjects. I cannot spell to save my life, and grammar and proper like terms for what grammar is, I'm awful at it. I would say like I kind of regret not paying attention in class, but like I just couldn't give a shit for that stuff. I need to make splitter plugs. Claims that you were Calvin. Nice. No, the only thing that I wanted to do when I was in school was like draw. And science class was fun. Out of all the other classes. Up to a point. The classes where we actually did experiments, I thought were the best classes. Teacher was hungover, so don't make any noise. Was your teacher Lumberjack Samurai? I need to make some potions. But I can't do that until I have like an alchemy shop or something. South Florida got a lot of teachers who were banned from teaching elsewhere. Wow. Attitude of the yeah. I need to make a build posting for a to-do list, don't I? That would be a good thing. Maybe we'll do that when we get back to an in-game little to-do list. I need to make a sketchbook. I need 16 parchment. Jesus. I need to go kill all the small animals. Alright, I want to come back with 4 stacks of limestone. That should be enough to make some good stuff. In fact, I'm going to run back. Just in case I see like raccoons or anything. Should probably take them out. A stone cart? Or scone cart. Scone cart. Ah, what are scones? I don't know what scones are. Sorry, guys. I don't think that's a real thing. Never will. Well, yeah, me and Blink are kind of in the works of testing some dashboard stuff, but we might be moving the server at some point soon off the current host to a more robust hardware. The current host has been great, in my opinion. You know? So no complaints there. It's just I don't think they can allocate any more RAM to this box. Any fish? No. Maybe I overfished the area? Yeah, I mean, like, look, I've been paying $17 a month for this host. I think for what we got, I think good deal. Good deal. Can't really complain about that one. Oh, it did not like that. Okay, don't do that again. Jesus. Alright, let's take a look at this block. I think this is going to look better. It might look too clean, but I can always darken it. Potentially. Anvil. Quench. Let's start with a small space. And if I need more, I'll expand. Mm-hmm. Local fish too smart. think I want everything back through here to be shale. Then maybe some sort of transitionary space. Okay. That might be okay. Come into here. Boom. Hello. Welcome to the workshop. You step down into the forge area. Unless my thing has to go right here. The anvil might have to go right here. Boom, 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 boom. So we do that instead. Okay. Let's look at a Japanese kind of anvil here. It's literally a block of steel on the ground. That is crazy. And the quench is usually right next to it, which is like a little bucket-like thing. All right, well, let's chisel out our forge. Let's get some light mudstone brick. Oh, looks like our firing is complete. Let's see if any of them choke themselves out from smoke. Looks like not, which is good. That's a good sign that it feels like our internal chiseling has helped ventilate all that smoke out. And another no fish. Okay, well, I think we'll have to give it a few... We might have to move our trap, I guess. Let's move our trap. Is this a multi-block? It is. Interesting. Let's move our trap over to here. We're gonna need a path here. Or we just connect straight from here. People walk up this way. Grain mill. Charcoal pit. Or charcoal pit here. gravel and dirt. Okay. And click. Boom, 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 boom. Gravel. Dirt. Why is this light mud brick? What if I mix them? Light gray mud brick. That might be nice. Let's do that. I like that. Okay, how tall does this need to be? Let's just do this real quick. Okay. I mean, it is seriously that, which is kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Let's see what that looks like when I add coal. See if it does anything. Okay, so this area here will probably need to be chiseled to like a dark color or something, just to make it feel like there's coal in there. More often than not, let's just light it. So every pump takes off quite a little chunk. And these don't smoke, which is interesting. So I might not need a chiseled chimney or anything, but I'm going to make one anyways, just because I can. I mean, why not, if you can? Alright, let's go ahead and pick this back up. I should get both pieces back, I think. You know what, I should flip it around. Can I flip that around? Or is it always going to be the same direction? Okay, it's going to be always the same direction. Got it. Okay, better there. This guy's gonna get that, chisel this, and then drop that in there. Boom, 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 boom. I messed that up. Okay, so do that. And then let's go grab an anvil real quick and just see how high that is, because we want to get that our new anvil about the same height. We'll use the copper one for reference. Make a copper block, right? Six plates, wow. Thought the machinist blueprint's pretty nice. Copper block. Ooh, a corroded copper block would be so cool. That's nice. What's a tin block? Iron block? Ooh, the rusty iron block. That's pretty cool too. Corroded's okay. I could bump this wall pretty much to touch this if I wanted to. That's pretty nice. 1, 2, 4. Continue it on that side there. Interesting kind of building out an interior first. Not usually my style, but it seems to kind of be working. Right? My lack of gray boxing disturbing? I mean, look, okay. I've played enough of this game. I kind of know what's going on. Oh man, the sun makes me so tired. See, now I'm conflicted about the aged ashlar blocks. I kind of like the light gray mud brick as the whole thing, but that'd be too much of the same color. Maybe I could have the dirt floor. There's different packed dirt, right? Oh man, there's colored packed dirt. I remember now. Good russet packed dirt. Chestnut packed dirt. Chestnut could be nice. And then what if I'd use the light mud? Oh no, I already kind of fired all these. Let's get the foundational bricks in. Now, I might do that. Because again, we have the stonemason's blueprint now. Because if I use the same brick as I did for the Cura, I don't think that would look good right next to each other like that. I mean, it'll look fine. But let's go with something a little bit more industrial-ish. For this. And I'm only doing a 1 Block tall. Kind of brick footer. And then we're just going to do plaster everywhere else. Thank you for the stream, but as Tor Johnson once said, time to go to bed. Alright, yeah. Thanks for swinging by as always, Gallon. Always appreciate you in chat. Happy 4th. Go get some rest. What, I feel like the automation is really going to drive this, how long this section is. Because I have a double forge here. That's great. I would probably like maybe a double fire pit here, which could be cool. What if I mix in some regular, just a touch for like the fire pits? Anvil, bucket. Honestly, I kind of want the light gray mud brick. It's contrasting, I think, really well with stuff right now. Oh, I'm going to be happy to have a forge. I'm going to be happy to have a forge. Forge workshop area. Tell you what, I think after that, I need to start work. Maybe I need a bigger house soon too. That has done really well for us, but I could do something a little bit fancier. With just more general storage and things here. And then throw the tailor shop attached to it. And then that could kind of turn into the guest house. Yeah, we could do that. Still get the stream. We're gonna need a well. Need to bring the farmland all the way up to here. Kind of want charcoal pits down there near the water. Millstone up here somewhere, and then maybe like a perimeter kind of wall to kind of lock us all in here. You know what, let's go make a checklist. I think we have a checklist. A little bit more now. Or at least a building checklist. Blacksmith / workshop. Charcoal pits. Water wheel. Grinding stone. Finish farmland. Will the wall keep Jeff out? I mean, technically, if our whole area is perfectly lit, yes, a wall would keep Jeff out. Yes. Dye house fibercraft. Yeah, that could be somewhere, maybe. Larger house with tailors. Shop. Tannery / dye house. I mean, I'm not... Here's the thing. I can't do a lot when it comes to actual clothes making. So maybe... larger house. Tanner, dye house. Tailor's weaver. We can't really do tailoring. Okay. I still need to finish this house, too. We need to finish taking the plaster all the way around to at least here. And we're going a little crazy. This is fine. This is normal. This is okay. It's kind of interesting because normally the view of my area is kind of... I was planning for the view to kind of be centered around there, but the view might end up being better from this side eventually, depending. But then you wouldn't be able to see the crops, so maybe across the little stream up here? I don't know why I'm worried about a view right now. Blocks a lot. Don't know. Tell you what, last season when we, like, that view coming up to our castle, you know, that was a pretty cool view. This is an okay view. Our house is so small. That's funny. Look, we even get a little bit of the snowy peak on the right up there. We need more aged logs. Some of the ruins we went to yesterday up here actually have some aged logs. I think this one does. Maybe this one? Or is it this one? It might be that one. I mean, I like our small house. For sure. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's gonna stay there. It's kind of my catch-all chest right now. Need more. Need more storage. I need to finish this whole freaking thing. I might need to do some hunting and stuff. Shelf. Might need some croc shelves soon too. For like long-term storage. Let's grab my saw. Was it a bookcase? Oh, no, I'm just did the wrong thing. Jelly, Jelly! How's it going? Good to see ya. Can I do porridge with turnip? Yep. Too bad, it's exhausted from traveling. Well, hopefully you can relax soon. You know? Yeah, everyone misses you on the server, and then we all miss you in chat and stuff, of course. I'm home, and that means I get to play again? Oh, wow, that's cool. You get to tell Lumber what to do. Oh man, if you need to go inspect Lumber's storage situation. Inspect that Lumber storage situation. That guy. I'm proud of him this season. He's been doing good. Don't. He's been doing good. Even Dirty was doing really good, you know? It's a shame that he hasn't been on in a little while. After I saved his house, copy and pasted it. Build a secret home nearby. There you go. We need another fire pit. The fact that we don't have one. There's a decorative fire pit. Yeah, decorative fire pit. Yeah, we need a couple of those too, don't we? Tell you what, the season's been good, Jelly. The PvE event was fun. The PvP event was fun. We're gonna be doing the archives on the 11th as a group. Though sadly, I think Lumber is not gonna be in town. So he will have to venture back there at some point. But I'm sure people would want to do the archives again anyways. That's fine. I'm going to store a couple of these 12 slot crocs. Just all porridge for later. Might need to make more crocs too. I kinda... I need to get flax production on like a whole other level. Because I still kind of don't want a dragon. I'd still rather have the airship. I think the airship is a bigger flex at this point than the dragon. There we go. I think it's been a productive stream. In like broad senses. Not like, I don't know. The interior of the forge I think is looking good. Which is great. Alright, that's 12 servings. Let's seal that. And then get this going again. Throw another log. There we go. First crock for winter. Planning for winter early. Let's go check our fish trap. Forgot I moved it. What do we got? A blue catfish. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. Wow. Can't do porridge with fish, can I? Well, you can. We need one more fish meat. And then we can do another thing. Let's go grab some more grain. We need more grain. I think my fishing rod's in here. We're going to grab that too. And we're just going to get another fish fillet. I think. Let's use a red worm. The good old red worm. Did I literally just catch a stick? I just caught a stick with a red worm. Big rip. Oh, juvenile? Get stick fished, true. Tell you what, I do not have good luck using fish as bait. But you know what? This will be enough meat, at least. And could get the double proc here. Oh, I think I did. You take that. Okay, cool. We have enough fish now to make 12 servings of porridge and turnip stew. But I need to make another just standard turnip one real quick. You guys remember the days when I used to get like 100+ people watching me build roller coasters? And by roller coasters, I mean like scone carts. Those were the YouTube days, you know? Those were the YouTube days. It was a wild time. Back when YouTube actually, like, notified people. Communities were more about, like, who you subscribe to instead of just watch time. Medieval Engineers days. Remember when that game was a thing, dude? Why were we getting Space Engineers 2 before actual Medieval Engineers? Bro. Why are they doing that to us? Because Merrick sucks. Wow. You mean you don't like all the stupid AI posts? About a stupid AI badger dog thing? I mean, I don't think Merrick directly works on the games anymore. So like, you know, it's whatever in that regard for me. It's more like, it's a shame the devs for Medieval Engineers couldn't get it to a state that like he would sign off on. He did kill it, but I don't think it was technically doing well. But I don't know. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Rye porridge with turnip and fish. That's gonna be a good one, lads. Porridge is good. It's a good meal. You can get fruit, vegetable, and grain. Or vegetable, grain, protein. Technically, I think you can have fruit in there too. And I don't have to spend time grinding the grain down. Let's see, we're gonna get another flax harvest in, I think, before the season really changes. Just make sure these are watered. Maybe after the next cooking pot rolls over. I can't wait till this yard is cleaned up. And we have a workshop to put all of our stuff in. In fact, this can go and get moved. Do we want this in the blacksmith side? Things. Could. Just have to see how the automation goes. Alright, what's this give? 480 grain, 375 protein, and 150 vegetable. What does that math out to? 480, 150, 375. About 1,000 sat. So 2/3 of a bar. Not the most, but not awful either. What if I make the anvil here and quenching here? That way I could really just sit here. Potentially anvil and quench. Kind of do everything. You know? I could just have it on this side. Yeah, once we have more aged wood, we'll be able to finish the woodwork around the house and get the plaster work done, finally. Also, once we have more aged wood, we can get the corner posts of the actual storage building done and start getting the beams placed as the kind of the final detail around that. But also, I wanted aged wood for these. There's a couple little roof details I want to add, and some supports around here. That was all supposed to be aged wood. Also, a little bit back here for this window, aged wood. So potentially, once we have that, that'll be kind of done at that phase. The butchery stuff can just stay in here. Might end up pushing the butchery stuff down to this end so that I have room to maybe park a cart. If I start using the cart mod in here. Alright, 3 crocs for winter. I don't think that's a bad cooking exercise. Only having 1 cook pot area does slow me down quite a lot when it comes to prepping for winter. That'll be something the bigger house will have to fix. We would want a bigger cooking area kind of deal. That'll just be food to eat on the surface a bit. Good to go there. I think this half of the building we're gonna go with a wood structure. I'm hesitant to use very aged slabs. Aged oak slab, very aged wooden slab. What's the difference? They look the same. Whatever. Don't care. Yeah, I think this little area will be wood. This building's gonna be like plaster timber frame. I kind of want to have like a bit of a tatami mat entryway. That could be kind of cool. And then workshop elsewhere. Am I need for tatami mats again? These things were pretty expensive. Just board cattails. Go check on the rest of the honey. It was almost ready. Oh, and I want to water the crops. Let's do that. Should probably harvest our fennel. It is grown. We might be able to get one more growth of parsnips before winter. Maybe carrots as well, since those are pretty hardy. Otherwise, we might be... maybe I could do another rye. Rye's a hardy one. Okay. That'll be good. Yeah, rye takes 53 days. It is it's August. I would have to plant it now. Carrot takes less. Yeah, let's plant some rye up here. The soil's been fallow for a little bit. Actually, let's use my knife. At least get dry grass out of this before. Just destroy it all. Yeah, I can't wait till we get the little streams running through these raised beds. It'll look better than these like dotted water sources. I kind of really hate that. Okay, 61 rye. That'll be nice. And we can store this dry grass over by the kilns. I'm starting to circle. Alright, I need H wood. We're gonna go on a little adventure. It's gonna take us a little while to get there, but I need to get all the way up to here. And I forgot to look at my honey, didn't I? Let's do that now too. So the reason I want to get up there is that there is, I know, age logs. And I know age logs is a big bottleneck for me right now. Going on a journey. All right, let's go. I would say I need to get a horse, but even if I had a horse, it honestly wouldn't help me much through here. The forests are just so dense. Though we did add the new horse mod, the destriers. Destriers? I think those are what knights used to ride on. Like they're kind of a bigger charge horse for cavalry charges. Temporary house still considered a sealed room with the openings in the floor for smoke. I don't know if it's really considered a full sealed room. I have a feeling the way that I set up like my roof line that it is probably not considered a sealed room, but I don't need it to be really. I have warm enough clothes, and with the fire going in the middle, it's a small enough space to keep you warm. So I don't really need that to be a sealed room, but the closet, right, which is just connected on the side, is a sealed room. And so it acts like a, you know, cellar. I could probably chisel something along that roof to make it a sealed room, since we do have the chisel block provides insulation mod installed. I just don't see value in doing it right now, though. A lot of mushrooms out here. Could be marking these, but I already have so many of them marked. Always need more resin. Yeah, this is honestly probably faster than King Belay. I need to mark these. I need to find some almond mushrooms. I haven't seen any yet this playthrough, which is pretty crazy. I need some almond to make some specific teas that I am kind of interested in. Look at that. Mountain range. Pretty. Nope, that flax, don't care. Okay. We're at the little pond area now. Hmm? There we go. This tree's what I came up here for. I want these aged oak logs. Well, ruins are great for building supplies. If you guys are looking for like a specific block or want to test out other building materials, just start taking down ruins. Can be useful. Okay, there's that one. You would think there would be like a trader in this area, but I have not. I mean, there's that one, that one. So there should be one, honestly, right around here. Based on how they're kind of always spaced out the same. Oh, that's a wolf. That sucks for me. What are these? Fool's cap, bear. Of course, it's a bear. Come here, bud. I've already faced you in the arena. You're nothing. You're coming home. Seriously, how is there not a trader here? Or... Okay, I mean, I'd say it was a pretty successful little trip for these logs. There's not enough logs for any means, but I can maybe add some detail pieces around with it. Not almonds. Bitter bullet. Don't care about that. Ooh, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Good, 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 good. I need more small hides so that I can get parchments. I need to start crafting parchment on the regular. Oh, hello, sentry guy. Please leave me alone. Yeah. Come here, raccoon. Nice. Another one. More of those, the better. Just an FYI also for those watching, not gonna be streaming tomorrow. Figured I'd let you guys know. Here at Bowtorn. Alright, cool. Back in the Northern Frog Alliance. Some resin. Tell you what, that was not a bad trip on foot. Let's go ahead and rescue our boat finally on the way back. Look at that scenery. Come on, give me some small hides. Okay, so these, if I soak them, can turn into scraped hide, which is what I want for parchment. The bush meat that we're getting from this is kind of meh. Yeah, let's go and just process this down. May as well. May as well. Mayhaps. Mayhaps. I was firing something, right? Yeah, some more chunky boy crocs. For later. Boom, boom, boom. 13 flax seeds for the journey. That's decent. That's a decent increase to our flax. I think we only have about 35 seeds right now. So more flax, the better. I would like to honestly plant this much of an area in just flax. And then up here, vegetables. Because I'm just going to need so much of the stuff. Alright, so aged oak log. If we debark these, this is what we need for the cura. So let's just debark all of them real quick. Been kind of waiting for this block here. Nice. And then also... like that. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. And then for this, just break that out. There we go. Ah, it's nice to actually have some corner posts on this thing now. We still need a lot more age logs just to make beams. We need 1, 2, 3 logs for the corner posts. This is why I switched back to kind of just oak for this structure, by the way. Just age log is a bit of a time-consuming thing. But once the corner posts are in, we'll get some more support beams. Boom, 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 boom. Hit all that. Though I might support this first for just the plaster stuff. Because I think it's basically 1.5, right? If I do this. Let's see if we can't. Yeah, and now we just need the support beams to give it a little bit more of a frame. And then that'll be kind of done. Nice, nice, nice. Need to get more shale rock so that we can do the heavy shutters that are up here on the back side of this building at some point. Yeah, I figured I wasn't really gonna get much out of that. Just let that rot. Nice, some more leather coming through. This I'm gonna just store in here for now. Just so I have more time. You know, I'm really thinking anvil, water, decorative fire pit. Eventually, if I can get the helve hammer down here, that'd be great. That'd be very accurate. I might be able to bring this wall back into here, which is good. The smaller that I can make a space, the better, you know. Big spaces are cool, but I just like cozy small spaces in this game as much as possible. Add this to our honey. Pretty soon I'll have enough comb to start making waxed tool handles, which will be nice. Pretty soon, pretty soon. I want to test out this new mold that we made. Hey niece, how's it going? Hope I had a good 4th. Yeah, I had a pretty good one. Had a cookout with my neighbor. Swam in his pool for a little bit. Went, had some good food. Now I'm just really tired. Being in the sun for a lot of hours just makes me tired. Excited to get this blacksmith online though. Oh look, we actually have more aged logs. Shoot, I could have made some beams. I still can. Let's make some aged beams real quick. No wait, no, yes. It's this, boom. Get a saw. But yeah, I hope you had a good 4th too. Oh, looks like red's popping on also. Were you playing any games today or streaming, niece? Yeast? Wild yeast starter? think you get a better ratio of red. Boom. 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 Did cooked on a flat top, made marinated salad burgers, hot dogs, baked beans. No, not streaming today. Alright, yeah, cool. Nope. Glad you decided to just have a good 4th, you know? Those are worth it. Those are worth it. Let's see. So from here to here, from here to... Can't wait till there's freaking new... Next update, they just kind of showed off like a new crowbar functionality that they're adding, which looks pretty exciting, in my opinion. What is wrong with that? I don't think anything's wrong with that. I think it's because I don't have a beam here. Okay, we're out of beams, but I think that just that little bit added some extra, a little bit extra. Yeah, it's a nice little house, you know. A lot of fun stuff inside. I think it honestly looks a lot bigger on the inside than what one might expect. You know, and I think this space helps with that, because otherwise it'd be all this height. Still want to do the English cottage and Rangers story someday? You totally should. You totally should. I mean, shoot, I even got like past inspection by Bear Frog Moosefish Oven. Gotta proudly display that in the house. Highlight of the season. So your 4th transferring my PC over to a new case and motherboard. Whoa! Why'd you do that to yourself? That sounds awful. Do we have any red worms? We got a red worm. Look at this guy. It's a live red worm. Can I put worms back in the compost bin? I don't know if that worked. I have the feeling the answer is no. Based on how it's kind of moving around like that. You're a sadist, man. Red, you missed it. Earlier I went fishing, and I used a redworm bait, and I caught a stick! It was totally worth it. You know? You can add people, I think. Like, did that work for you? Though for some reason I like to, my auto-translate marks that. You caught a medium fish with yours, wow. Again, streamer privilege. I understand. I don't think that water source is big enough. I have to come down here, maybe. Summer is coming to an end soon. Dead walleye. Maybe Niece stepped out. Yeah, maybe. No, it's still auto fills for me. It worked fine when I started typing her name. Honestly, I'm surprised all these worms have lasted as long as they have for me. So that's pretty good. Every time you guys at someone, my translate is like, oh, they're typing weird characters. We need to mark this as translated. It's like, but you didn't even change the text. You didn't even change the text. What did you even do? Nothing. Nothing. Tell you what, I don't know if you've seen this little detail, Niece, but I really like my cleaver. Stuck in the sand here. Makes my cooking area look pretty cool. Pretty cool. Another calm. We've had like no Jeffs today on stream. Guess it's just more streamer privilege. Okay. Let's look at our building idea to-do list. Right now we are working on the blacksmith/workshop, which is gonna go here. This is and then we need some charcoal pits. Water wheel, grinding stone, which we might skip. Finish the farmland, larger house, tannery, dye house, and weaver. Mage space? Yeah, the mage space is gonna be its whole thing. But I think this will be a good workshop once we're done here. Okay. I'll tell you what, guys. It is almost time for the server to restart. I am tired. I would like to go to bed. So I'm gonna leave this here. I think the area is actually looking cleared. We got the cool waterfall. We got the pick kiln. We got storage building, house. Things are progressing. Still pretty slow. But not as slow as it has been, I feel. I think today was a good progression. Okay, no one I know is streaming. So with that, I think we're going to go ahead and end this here. If you guys want to join our Vintage Story server, all you got to do is become a member of this channel, join our Discord, sync all that stuff up, and you'll get access to play with us on the server. If you enjoy the stuff, also feel free to subscribe, turn on notification bells, blah, blah, blah. I'm a YouTuber. I'm begging for attention. That's what I'm doing. So, with that, happy 4th. You guys enjoy the rest of the weekend. And we'll see you guys real soon. GG.